And we welcome you to X Stadium for the 85th National Baseball Congress World Series, powered by West Star Energy. Tonight's game will feature the Great Bend Batcats, who will be the home team, versus the visiting team, the San Diego, California Stars. The winner of this game will be playing tomorrow at 3:30 versus the Fairbanks, Alaska Go Panthers. We're going to go ahead and do our starting lineups here for tonight's game. My name is Frank Martinez, and I will be your play-by-play announcer for tonight's game. We hope you enjoyed the call. All right, first of all, for the San Diego, California Stars, leading off and playing center field will be number 1, Kyle Pineda. Batting second, the right fielder, number 19, Dallas Seidel. Batting third and playing third base will be number 11, Joey Krug. Batting fourth and playing first base will be number 2, Jesse Jenner. Batting fifth and DHing will be number 33, Brady Jocelyn. Batting sixth and catching will be number 13, Luke Arias. Batting seventh and playing left field will be number 20, Ryan Culp. Batting eighth and playing shortstop, number 36, Mario Morales. Batting ninth and playing second base will be number 3, Tristan Salinas. And pitching for San Diego this evening will be number 99, Jake Surgeon. Coaching staff for San Diego, California Stars is Mickey D, Sam Hughes, and Anthony Fernandez. Now here's the starting lineup for the home team, the Great Bend, Kansas Batcats. Leading off and playing second base will be number 8, Clay Lockett. Batting second, the right fielder, number 14, Ryan Munson. Batting third and playing center field will be number 11, Dante Freeman. Batting fourth and playing first base will be number 3, Dawson Pomeroy. Batting fifth and playing left field will be number 6, Brady Mitchell. Batting sixth and catching will be number 10, Chandler Bloomer. Batting seventh and playing third base will be number 15, Nolan Riley. Batting eighth and DHing will be number 34, Chase Gibson. Batting ninth and playing shortstop will be number 2, Cade Gonzalez. And pitching for Great Bend will be number 23, Zach Curry. The Batcats are coached by head coach Roger Ward, assisted by Alex Knight and Corey Burkhart. Our umpires for today's game: at home plate, we'll have Robert Dickinson. At first base will be Ben Harlow. And at third base will be Doug Thresher. If you missed our first 3 games here today, in our first game, it was the Seattle Washington Studs all over the Colorado Cyclones as they went 7 innings, and the Studs ended up winning 15-0. And in that ball game, they had 15 runs on 14 hits, no errors, and the Cyclones had no runs on 4 hits and no errors. The winning pitcher was Mitch Vito, who ended up striking out 15 batters as he faced 25 in that ball game. So pitching was the name of the game. Those runs were not actually scored until the 7th inning, where the Studs scored 7 runs as the score was 8-0 going into the 7th inning. Looks like we're about ready to play some ball. Leading off for San Diego Stars will be the center fielder, number 1, Kyle Pineda. Once again, pitching for Great Bend, number 23, Zach Curry. And here's the first pitch. That one calls strike 1. So the count goes no balls, 1 strike. The radar gun is not up right now, so we'll give you a count as soon as that comes up. That one fouled off by Pineda as the count goes to no balls, 2 strikes. Pineda comes in batting 308. That one also fouled off, as he has appeared in 3 games here in the World Series, has been up to bat 13 times, has 4 hits, 4 runs scored, and no RBIs. So he's up there with no balls and 2 strikes, as Curry's ready for his pitch. That one a swing and a miss there by Pineda, as he goes down swinging. And Zach Curry records his first strikeout. That will bring up the right fielder, number 19, Dallas Seidel. And once again, the pitch clock is not on right now. The radar gun, I should say, is not up right now, so I can't give you a speed on it. I will as soon as it comes up. That first pitch is strike 1 to Seidel. Seidel comes in batting 273. Ball is lifted to the left-hand side. Third baseman Riley goes over to the fence but not able to get to it. So the count now goes to no balls and 2 strikes. We have 1 down here in the top half of the first inning, as we are just underway between the San Diego, California Stars and the Great Bend, Kansas Batcats. We have no score. And here's the pitch to Seidel. That one missing outside. So that would take the count now to 1 ball and 2 strikes. That one fouled off along the right side. The count stays the same now at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Was telling you about some of the ball games that we've had here. In the second game, it was the Kansas Cannons defeated the San Diego, California Waves 9-1. As they move on. And in the last ball game that we just had in a thriller, the final score was 7-6 as the Derby Twins defeated the Hayesville Aviators. Now we have 2 down, and that will bring up the third baseman, number 11, Joey Krug. First pitch hit to the right-hand side. Second baseman Lockett goes to first for out number 3. You're listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Scott Stiles, General Manager of Wichita Burner, right here in beautiful downtown Wichita. I know how important it is to be on a winning team. My winning team of Jim Myers, Ashley Jansen, and Jeff Markowitz are here every day to provide you with the best customer service for your boiler and burner needs. On behalf of our team, we want to wish you and your team the best of luck at this year's 85th Annual NBC World Series. And welcome to Wichita.
And we welcome you back to X Stadium for the 85th National Baseball Congress World Series, powered by Westar Energy. Once again, this is Frank Martinez bringing you all the action here tonight. Pitching for the San Diego Stars is number 99, Jake Sargent. Defensively for the Stars at first base, we'll have number 2, Jenner. Second baseman will be number 3, Salinas. At shortstop, number 36, Morales. Third base will be number 11, Krug. Left fielder, number 20, Culp. Center fielder, number 1, Pineda. Right fielder, number 19, Seidel. Catching, number 13, Arias. And pitching, number 99, Sargent. The first batter that he'll be facing for Great Bend will be the second baseman, number 8, Clay Lockett. And here's the first pitch That one is fouled, hit to the right-hand side. And right fielder Dallas Seidel moves to his left, makes the catch for out number 1. One pitch, one out. And that will bring up the right fielder, number 14, Ryan Munson. Munson bats from the left side. He comes in batting .241 as he's appeared in 7 games here in the World Series. As the Great Bend had to come from the first week to get to the championship week. Munson has been up to bat 29 times, has 7 hits, has 5 runs scored, and has a total of 5 RBIs. That one lifted into right center field. That's going to be in the gap, so it's going to be extra bases for Munson as it goes clear to the wall. Rounding second base is Munson, and here comes the throw into third base, and Ryan Munson is in with a triple for his first hit of the ball game. And he records the 8th hit of the World Series. So a threat now by Great Bend as they have a runner on at third base with 1 out here in the bottom half of the first inning. No score. That will bring up the center fielder, number 11, Dante Freeman. And Jake Sargent, the pitcher, number 99. Here's the pitch. That one in for call strike 1. And once again, the radar gun is still not working or not on, so I cannot give you a reading. So the count is no balls, 1 strike to Dante Freeman. Center fielder, he lays down a bunt right back to the pitcher. Pitcher goes to first base. That's Sargent to Jenner for out number 2. So a 1-3 put out for the second out. Now to bring up the first baseman, number 3, Dawson Pomeroy. Pomeroy is the leading hitter for Great Bend as he is batting .462 here in the World Series. First pitch is hit to the left side. That's going to be in foul territory as that goes into Great Bend's bullpen. So the count is no ball, 1 strike. Runner at third base and 2 down. As the Great Bend is attempting to, and I said, as they are attempting to put the first run across. Pomeroy has appeared in 7 ball games, been up to bat 26 times, has 13 hits, 10 runs scored, and 11 RBIs. He has 3 doubles, 1 triple, and he has struck out 7 times. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike now to Pomeroy, first baseman for the Batcats. Here's the pitch. That one missing outside. So the count now goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. And I know most of you like to hear what the radar gun says, but our radar gun is not up and running right now, so I can't give you that information. That one, breaking ball in there for a strike, and that will even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Monson on at third base as he hit a triple out in right center field, and he's there with 2 down here in the bottom half of the first. And here's Sargent's, he steps off actually. Sargent off the stretch. And here's the pitch. That one missing high for ball 3. So that will take the count now to full at 3-2. Our action's been set for tomorrow already. I'll go through that here later on in the ball game. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss there by Pomeroy. He goes down swinging. So at the end of 1, we have no score. And you're listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com, and we'll be right back.
What do you see? I see my daughter, a strong and independent woman, a skilled expert, living her life, and an inspiration to others. What do you see?
And we welcome you back as we go to the top half of the second inning. You're watching the San Diego, California Stars versus the home team, the Great Bend, Kansas Batcats. Leading off top half of the second inning for the San Diego Stars will be the first baseman, number 2, Jesse Jenner. I'm Frank Martinez. I'll be your play-by-play announcer. If you're just now joining us, we welcome you. We hope you enjoy the broadcast. And here is Zach Curry's pitch. Ball hit to the third baseman. Krug goes to first for out number 1. So 1 pitch and 1 out as the play goes 5-3 for the putout. That will bring up the designated hitter, number 33, Brady Jocelyn. Jocelyn is batting .300 here in the World Series. Here's the first pitch to him, is fouled off at 85 miles an hour, and it looks like our radar gun is working again. So count is no balls and 1 strike. Say Jocelyn has appeared in 3 games, been up to bat 10 times, has 3 hits and 2 RBIs. That one lifted into left field, and that's going to fall in for a base hit in front of Mitchell out and left. So Jocelyn records the first hit of the ball game for the San Diego Stars. So now we have a runner on at first base with 1 down here in the top half of the second inning. No score yet here in the ball game. That will bring up the catcher, number 13, Luke Arias. Arias is batting .125 here in the World Series as he's appeared in the 3 ball games. Has been up to bat 8 times and has 1 hit. 2 base on balls and 2 strikeouts. First pitch was a strike. That one's fouled off by Arias. So the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Jocelyn on at first base as he just hit a base hit out into left field as he recorded his first hit and the first hit for the San Diego Stars. Beautiful evening here in Wichita, Kansas for the 85th National Baseball Congress World Series, powered by Westar Energy. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Luke Arias as the flag is starting to blow from the east. It is out in right field. By the way, the Great Bend Batcats have white pants who are out in the field right now. Green fronts on the shirt and blue on the back with the white numbers. That ball gets away from catcher Bloomer, and moving over to second base is Jocelyn. And they have blue, a white cap on the front and blue on the back. And the San Diego Stars have their black jerseys with the red sleeves. That ball hit to the right-hand side. Lockett comes in, goes to first to Pomeroy for out number 2. So a 4-3 put out for the second out. And moving over to third base is Jocelyn on the play as we now have 2 down. Once again, they have black jerseys with red sleeves and then white pants. They are now batting with the runner at third base and 2 down. That pitch there by Curry at 87 mile an hour fastball missing outside. So the count goes to 1 ball, no strikes. Appreciate you being patient with us on the radar gun. But it is running now. That one is a fastball at 90 miles an hour by Zach Curry. And here's the pitch. That one called strike one, an 87-mile-an-hour fastball. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Ryan Culp, the left fielder for the San Diego Stars. And here's the pitch by Curry. That one in there for a strike at 85 miles an hour. So the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 down and a runner at third base. That one missing outside. That will take the count to full now as we are in the top half of the second inning, but the San Diego Stars have a runner at third base 90 feet away from taking the lead, having the first score. That ball hit into short center field. That may fall in. No, a great job there by Freeman as he comes in to make that catch. I thought for sure that was going to fall in, but he makes the catch for out number 3. So at the end of 1.5, we have no score, and you're listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back.
From the sea, come to you. I heard a lot of things. Come from the sea, come to you. I'm someone like you. Na 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 na. I'm going to Wichita. I'm going to Wichita. I'm going to Wichita. And I'm going to Wichita.
Learn more at visitwichita.com.
And we welcome you back as we go to the bottom half of the second inning between the Great Bend Batcats and the San Diego Stars. We have no score. Batting for Great Bend will be the left fielder, number 6, Brady Mitchell. This is Mitchell's first time at the plate here tonight. He comes into the ball game batting .231 as he's appeared in 7 ball games here in the World Series. He's been up to bat 26 times, has 6 hits, 7 runs scored, 1 home run, and has a total of 9 RBIs. So he's having a very fine World Series. Once again, Great Bend coming out of that first week and here into the championship round. Ball lifted into right center field, and making a great catch is Pineda, as he had to hustle for that one to make the catch in deep right center field. It is 330 yards down the foul lines and 375 in the gaps with 390 to dead center. The wind blowing out of the east, southeast. We have 1 down. It's going to bring up the catcher number 10, Chandler Mitchell, and that one at 84 miles an hour, missing for ball 1 by Jake Sargent. Finally able to give you a speed on Sargent as the radar gun is working. That one lifted into left field. Left fielder's having to back up. Culp not going to be able to get to it. And that's going to be off the wall. And in at second base is Chandler Bloomer with a double. And a great hit there by Bloomer. Bloomer was batting .208 as he had been up to bat 24 times, had 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 doubles, so that's his 4th double of the World Series. And he has 3 RBIs. So he's standing now at second base with 1 down. That will bring up the third baseman, number 15, Nolan Riley. Riley batting .190 here for the World Series. That one in for call strike 1 at 86-mile-an-hour fastball by Sargent. As Riley has appeared in 6 ball games, been up to bat 21 times, has 4 hits, and has scored 5 runs. No RBIs yet, but he's got a chance here with Bloomer at second base as he just had a double off the left field wall. That swing and a miss there by Nolan Riley. And the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at second. And no score. Here's the pitch to Riley, missing for ball 2. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes, my bad. And going down is Riley for the second out. It's going to bring up the designated hitter, number 34, Chase Gibson. Gibson is 4 for 21 here in the World Series, and he's 0 for 1. That first pitch is ball 1 to Chase Gibson. And correction on Chase Gibson's numbers. He's 2 for 17. That ball hits the right-hand side. Salinas will go to first for out number 3. So a 4-3 put out. And the double is wasted here in the bottom half of the second inning. At the end of 2, we have no score. You're listening to NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back.
What do you see? I see a new day. To continue my journey, riding towards my goal. To create the life I've always wanted. I do what it takes. And now I ride to my dream job. What do you see?
And we welcome you back as we go to the top half of the third inning with no score. Leading off for the San Diego Stars will be the shortstop, number 36, Mario Morales. Morales is the leading hitter here in the World Series for the Stars as he's batting .333. Has appeared in 2 ball games. It looks like he's pinch hit it because he's 1 for 3. Has 1 base on balls. And the first 2 pitches are ball 2. That one, actually Morales stuck his bat down and back behind him and it went off the bat. I thought it had hit him, but it went off the bat, so that's going to be a foul ball to Morales. So the count will go to 2 balls and 1 strike here in the top half of the third. No score. That ball hit to the right-hand side. Lockett moves to his left, flips over to Pomeroy for out number 1. So a 4-3 put out for the first out. And that will bring up for the Stars second baseman, number 3, Tristan Salinas. Salinas is played in 2 ball games here in the World Series and is 0 for 8. So he's looking for his first hit. That one popped up in the infield. Gonzalez, shortstop, getting under it, making the catch for out number 2. So 1 swing, 1 pitch and 1 swing, and for Salinas. And now we have 2 down. That will bring up the center fielder, number 1, Kyle Pineda. who came into the ball game batting .308. And Pineda struck out in the first inning as he was the first batter of the ball game. First pitch is ball one to Pineda. And here's the pitch by Curry. That one, a 85-mile-an-hour fastball hitting the outside corner. So that will even up the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike. That one outside for ball 2. It is 80 degrees here in Wichita. The wind's about 9 miles an hour out of the east. We do have about a 50% chance of rain, and it is 72% humidity. It's been very humid here in Wichita the last couple of days. That one now 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's a ball hit right up the middle. That's going to be a base hit by Pineda, so he records his first hit of the game. As he was 4 for 13 coming in, so that was his 5th hit of the World Series. That will bring up the right fielder, number 19, Dallas Seidel. First pitch to Seidel in there for call strike 1. That one about 86 miles an hour by Curry. We have Pineda on at first base with 2 down. Here in the top half of the 3rd inning with no score yet so far. That one missing outside. Swing and a miss there by Seidel. That would take the count now to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pineda on at first base with 2 down. Here in the top half of the 3rd inning. And Zach Curry ready for the pitch. Missing inside that ball. It does hit Seidel, so he'll be taking first base. Moving over to second base at Pineda. Seidel on at first. That will bring up the 3rd baseman, number 11, Joey Krug. For San Diego. Krug grounded out to the second baseman in the 1st inning as he made the 3rd out. And here's a swing and a miss there by Joey Krug. No balls, 1 strike. Zach Curry's pitch. A check swing, but I believe he did go. Yeah, they are going to say he did go. That one was a changeup outside at 76 miles an hour, and Krug was not able to hold up, so the count quickly goes to no balls and 2 strikes. I was saying Krug has struck out 7 times here in the World Series already. There's the ball missing outside. So that will take the count now to 1 ball and 2 strikes. We have runners on at first and second with 2 down, as there was 2 quick outs here to start off the top half of the 3rd. Then Pineda reached on a base hit, and then Seidel got hit by the pitch, so that's why we have runners at first and second. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Krug. And here's the pitch. That one lifted into right field, but I believe it's going to be out of play as it gets over the fence. So the count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Our field is set for tomorrow, basically. The only thing that's not determined is the winner of this game, who will move on and who will be out of the NBC. There's a swing and a miss there by Krug as he goes down swinging. That is the 8th strikeout for the tournament for Joey Krug. And you're listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com, and we'll be right back.
Going to be another steamy day at X Stadium. Make sure you are staying hydrated if you are headed out to the ballpark this afternoon. Temperatures soaring back close to the century mark, but it will likely feel like the century mark, the triple digits and beyond when you factor in the humidity in the air. Could see a storm or two as we head toward evening as another disturbance works its way down from the north. More widespread moisture through the overnight with lows falling back into the middle 70s. Have a great day at the ballpark and stay safe.
And we welcome you back. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer for tonight's game. As we go to the bottom half of the third inning, we have no score between Great Bend Batcats and the San Diego California Stars. Leading off for Great Bend will be the shortstop, number 2, Cade Gonzalez. There's a ball hit up in the air. It's going to be out of play, foul territory. The count is no balls and 1 strike. Gonzalez comes in batting 125 as he's appeared in 6 ball games. Been up to bat 25 times, has 3 hits, scored 5 runs. Has 2 base on balls. He does have 10 strikeouts here for Great Bend so far in the tournament. Count is no balls and 2 strikes now as Jake Sargent is still pitching. The ball hits to the right-hand side. First baseman Pomeroy will have to make the play as he tosses over to Curry for out number 1. Hustling Cade Gonzalez almost ran that one out, but Sargent was covering as Pomeroy tossed to him to make the out. So we have a 3-1 put out for the first out. I'll bring up the second baseman, number 8, Clay Luckett. Ball hit the third base side is going to be foul by Lockett. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike now to Lockett. And here's the pitch by Sargent. That one, an 86-mile-an-hour fastball in there for strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Clay Lockett, who flew out to the right field his first time up. There's a hard hit ball into center field. Center fielder Pineda backs up, makes the catch for out number 2. He had to stretch his arm out quite a bit because I think he misplayed it just a little bit as that thing sailed on him. Of course, the wind is blowing. We do have some lightning in the area. I just saw way out east, like in Augusta, which is about 20 to 30 miles away. We are expecting storms here tonight. Matter of fact, I was going to tell you about our schedule for tomorrow is in question, actually, because we have rain coming in starting at 4 o'clock in the morning. It looks like about 30% chance at 4 o'clock. It goes up to 50% at 5, 60% at 6, and it stays that way until 11 tomorrow noon, 70% chance, all the way clear till 7 o'clock tomorrow night, 80% chance. So our schedule may have to change some tomorrow. We'll just have to play it by ear like we normally do at the NBC World Series. I will go through that schedule here in just a second. A swing and a miss there by Munson. And the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one missing low for ball 2. 2-2 now the count. That one hit to the second baseman. And he's not going to be able to get to it as Salinas got away from him. Thought he's going to make the play, and I'm sure there's probably going to be an error on the second baseman. We'll see what they call. That's a base hit. My apologies to Salinas. So it is a base hit by Munson. And coming up the bat will be the center fielder, number 11, Dante Freeman. First pitch to Freeman. And our radar gun once again not on. So the count is no balls, 1 strike. There's the ball hit into right field. That's going to be in for a base hit for Freeman. And moving over to second base is Ryan Munson. And now the Great Bend Batcats have something going with 2 down here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. So Munson records a base hit. Freeman records a base hit. That'll bring up the first baseman, number 3, Dawson Pomeroy. As there is 2 down here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning with no score. But the Batcats are threatening. Here's a pitch by Sargent. And I'll let you know once again when our radar gun is working. It's not on at this time, as I see. Count is 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. That swing and a miss there by Pomeroy. And that will even up the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Bonson on at second base as he reached on a base hit, and Freeman on at first as they had back-to-back singles. All that with 2 down here in the bottom half of the 3rd. That one missing outside. Gets away from the catcher, but nobody able to advance. His hustling was Arias. So that would take the count now to 2-1. So saying the wind blowing from the east or from right field towards the left field line. That one hit to the right-hand side. Jenner will go unassisted at first base for out number 3. So at the end of 3, we have no score, and you're listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com, and we'll be right back.
No one should live a life burdened with type 1 diabetes. And the day is coming when nobody will, because we're here to cure it. And we're working to improve the lives of those affected by this relentless disease today by finding new therapies and advancing them to market, by advocating for greater access and better choices, by deepening our understanding of the disease. At JDRF, we're fighting T1D. We're making life better for those who live with it while creating a world without it.
And we welcome you back as we go to the top half of the 4th inning. And leading off for San Diego, it will be the first baseman, number 2, Jesse Jenner. So no score yet so far. Jenner grounded out to the third baseman in the second inning. First pitch is strike one to Jenner. And here's the pitch. And I believe we got a new pitcher here. Let me check and make sure. No, it's still number 23, Curry. I wouldn't think that they would have took him out, but it looked like a one. That one's fouled off by Jenner. And let me give you a count on Curry so far. Well, his next pitch will be the 40th pitch. Coming up. Actually, 50th pitch. That one hit into center field. And there's going to be a base hit by Jesse Jenner as he records his first hit of the game. And that will bring up Brady Jocelyn. So Jenner now 1 for 2 here tonight. Jocelyn reached on a base hit in the second inning, was left stranded. There's a bunt laid down there by Jocelyn. Beautiful bunt there by Jocelyn. The pitcher, Curry, picks it up with his glove and tosses it over to Pomeroy for out number one. So a sacrifice bunt there on a 1-3 put out. And moving over to second base is Jesse Jenner. That will bring up the catcher, number 13, Luke Arias. Arias grounded out to the second baseman in the second inning as he made the second out. So now Jenner at second with one down. Here in the top half of the fourth inning with no score between the San Diego Stars and the Great Bend Batcats. And once again, I apologize, but our radar gun is not operable at this moment. There's a swing and a miss there by Arias. So I'm not able to give you a speed on the pitches at this time. Was working there for about an inning or so, but and there's some more lightning in the area. As like I say, we are expecting storms here tonight. A strikeout and a throw out there to first base. So Arias will be out on a strikeout for out number 2. That'll bring up the left fielder, number 20, Ryan Culp. Once again, the storms are not actually supposed to start coming in until about 4 o'clock in the morning, from what I see anyway, on my radar. But I do see lightning in the area. First pitch is ball one to Ryan Culp as Zach Curry is on the mound. It's here in the fourth inning. That missing outside fastball, and the count will go to 2 balls and no strike. Jesse Jenner on at second base as the San Diego Stars are threatening here in the top half of the fourth. That one missing high for ball 3. So 3-0 to count. 39 strikes for Curry and 18 balls. That is the 57th pitch for Zach Curry. That one missed. That hit the outside corner, correction. As the count now will go to 3 balls and 1 strike. We still got a decent crowd here in X Stadium as they got a chance to see an exciting game between the Derby Twins and the Hayesville Aviators. The final score was 7-6 in favor of Derby as they came back to win that in the bottom half of the 9th inning. I'll tell you about that game in just a second. Count is full now at 3-2 as we have 2 down here in the top half of the 4th inning. So Derby moves on and Hayesville's season is over. That one lifted into left field. Left fielder Michael gets under it, makes the catch for out number 3. So at the end of 3.5, we have no score, and you're listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back.
At the Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's, we carry flowers that signify why we want to end the disease. And we walk so that one day there will be a white flower for Alzheimer's first survivor. Join the fight at alz.org/walk.
And we welcome you back as we go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. No score between Great Bend and San Diego Stars. Leading off for Great Bend will be left fielder number 6, Brady Mitchell. Mitchell flew out to center field to start off the second inning as he made the first out. So he's up for his second time. As I was saying, you missed a great game. The fans got a chance to see a great game between the Hayesville Aviators and the Derby Twins. In that game, the Derby Twins scored first in the bottom half of the first inning, and it stayed that way until the top half of the eighth inning when the Hayesville Aviators scored 1 run, and that tied up the game at 1 apiece. But the bottom half of the eighth inning, Twins scored 4 runs to make it 5-1, and then there's the ball hit to third base as foul. So the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes to Brady Mitchell. Anyway, the Twins scored 1 run in the eighth. Aviators did, to make it 1-1, and then Twins scored 4 runs to make it 5-1 in the bottom half of the eighth inning. And then the Hayesville Aviators scored 5 runs in the top half of the ninth inning. There's a strikeout by Mitchell for out number 1 to take a 6-5 lead in the top half of the ninth. And then the Derby Twins scored 2 runs in the bottom half of the ninth inning to win 7-6 on a walk-off wild pitch as the runner scored from third base. So they win 7-6, and the total line for Hayesville was 6 runs on 10 hits and 1 error. The total line for the Derby Twins was 7 runs on 10 hits and no errors. An exciting ball game for the fans to watch. So now we have this game going on and enjoying calling it for you. This count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike now to Chandler Bloomer. He hit a double his last time out. That one missing for ball 2, so 2-1 now the count. Mitchell struck out to start off the inning here in the bottom half of the fourth for Great Bend. We have Riley on deck and Gibson, if we go that far, in the hole. No score. So far the line reads no runs, 3 hits, and no errors for San Diego. And for Great Bend, no runs on 4 hits and no errors. And there's a Bloomer will be going to first base. We'll bring up the third baseman, number 15, Nolan Riley. Bloomer goes to first base on a base on balls. He is still 1 for 1 here in the ball game. Nolan Riley, the third baseman, as he struck out his first time in the second inning as he made the second out. And here's Surgent's, well, he steps off actually, makes Boomer go back to first and resets. Jake Surgent ready for his pitch. Once again, if the speed clock radar gun works, I'll let you know about it. But right now it's not working. That one missing for ball 2. I know like a lot of you like to know exactly how fast the ball's coming in, but right now it's not operable. So we apologize about it, but that's all we got. Ball going to the shortstop, Gonzalez. Gonzalez goes to second for the force out and then throws to first base is Salinas as the ball gets by the first baseman. But backing up is the catcher, Arias, like all good catchers do. And so staying at first base will be Riley. So a 6-4 put out for out number 2 and a fielder's choice for Riley. That will bring up the designated hitter number 34, Chase Gibson. Gibson up there looking for his first hit here in the ball game as he grounded out to the second baseman in the second inning as he made the third out of the inning. So Riley at first base with 2 down, and we have no score here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Swing and a miss there by Gibson, and the count will even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. We must have rain and thunder all around Wichita, but it doesn't show that we're supposed to get anything now until 5 o'clock. It was 3 o'clock, so maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we'll get this ball game in. But unfortunately, tomorrow's action may be in jeopardy because at noon or 1 o'clock when our first game is scheduled shows 60% and shows 50% from 5 o'clock on. So early in the morning, we'll be getting a lot of rain. There's a lot of lightning just north in the Bel Air, Park City area, where I happen to live at or come from. So I hope our dogs, Duke and Daisy, our 2 St. Bernards, have gone outside to do their business before that rain hits. Count is full now at 3-2. There goes the runner to second base and call strike 3 for out number 3. So at the end of 4 innings of play between Great Bend and San Diego, we have no score. And you're listening to NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back.
What do you see? I'll tell you what I don't see. I don't see a dropout. I don't see laid off. I don't see hopeless. I see our future, bright and prosperous. What do you see?
And we welcome you back here to X Stadium for the 85th National Baseball Congress World Series, powered by Weststar Energy. As we're going to the top half of the 5th inning, we think, because now the tournament directors and the umpires have gotten together. Like I say, we had lightning in the just directly north of us. I think they're looking at the radar to see if it's still safe for the fans to be in the stands or not. Will give us a determination. I know that if it's in within, I think, 10 miles of us, then we have to clear the stadium. So we'll see what the radar looks like. Oh, it doesn't look too good at all. Big thunderstorm looks like it's headed this way. Let me play the radar here. Well, it dissipates there about So they're having a lot of rain, it looks like, out in the Cedric, Burton, Hutchinson area at this time. Some thunderstorms, which is maybe 50 miles away or so, between 30 to 50 miles. So looks like we're going to continue on here as we are in the top half of the fifth inning, and we have no score. Leading off for the San Diego Stars will be the shortstop, number 36, Mario Morales. By the way, my name is Frank Martinez, so we hope you're enjoying the action here tonight. We'll give you a fair call here tonight. First pitch is ball one to Morales. And Zach Curry still up on the mound. And here's the pitch. That one missing outside. And once again, if you're just now joining us, our radar gun is not operable at this time, so I cannot give you speed on the pitches. That one fouled off by Morales. And the count is 2 balls, 1 strike. As we are in the top half of the fifth with no score. And here's Curry's pitch. Swing and a miss there by Morales. As that one was just a tad high, but he seemed to like it, went after it and missed, and that will even up the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's a ball fouled off to the right-hand side. That's going to be a souvenir for somebody. As it hits into the stairs, nobody can find it but it's right in the staircase, and somebody just got it as they thought it went up the stairs, but it didn't. That one lifted to the shortstop, Gonzalez, backing up, making the catch for out number 1. Cade Gonzalez, the shortstop for the Great Bend. That will bring up the second baseman, number 3, Tristan Salinas, is now the batter. That one missing high for ball 1. So 1-0 the count by Zach Curry. Salinas is 0 for 1 here tonight and 0 for 8 in the tournament. Actually 0 for 8 coming into the ball game. That one 3-0 now to Salinas. That one in for a strike, so the count goes 3-1. Ball forward to Salinas. He'll be on at first base now with a walk. And that will bring up the center fielder, number 1, Kyle Pineda. Pineda recorded a base hit his last time up at the plate in the 3rd inning and was left stranded at second base as the Stars left runners at first and second. First pitch is ball 1 by Curry to Pineda. We do have a runner on at first base, Salinas, as he just reached on a base on balls. We do have 1 down here in the top half of the 5th inning. Count now goes to 1 ball, 1 strike to Pineda. Infield playing double play depth as they're trying to turn 2 to get out of the inning. That one calls strike 2. So the count will now move to 1 ball, 2 strikes. As his time is 11:21. A swing and a miss there by Pineda as he goes down swinging for the second time here in the ball game. That's the second out of the inning, and that will bring up the right fielder, number 19, Dallas Seidel. So 2 down with the runner at first, and no score. There goes Salinas to second base. He's going to be in with a stolen base. Puts himself in scoring position for Seidel, as the count is 1 ball, no strikes to right fielder Dallas Seidel for the Stars. And here's the pitch. That one missing high for ball 2. And that was the 78th pitch there by Curry, as he's got 52 strikes and 26 balls. 3-0 now the count, as all of a sudden Zach Curry can't seem to find home plate. Nobody warming up. And that's called strike 1, as Seidel was about ready to throw his bat towards the third base dugout where the Stars are at. That one missing. This time he does toss it over there to the bat boy. So he'll be on at first base with a base on balls, as that is the second base on balls given up by Curry here in the inning. That will bring up the third baseman, number 11, Joey Krug. Krug looks like he has a lot of power. As he is 6 foot, 235 pounder. First pitch was the ball 1 to Krug, and here's Curry's pitch. That one a breaking ball, looked like, just missing for ball 2. So 6 straight balls now by Curry, or actually 7 because he walked Seidel. Oh, there was a strikeout in between, never mind. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss there by Krug. And I saw some more lightning here in the area. Like I say, it's NBC does a great job of trying to protect everybody here, and it's apparently not close enough, just out in the distance. That ball gets away from Bloomer, and the runners will advance to second and third, as Salinas is now standing at third base. Seidel moves to second base on a wild pitch there by Zach Curry. And the count is 3 balls, 1 strike. And I wouldn't be surprised if the coach comes out to talk once. He's really lost it this time. That one way high, almost got away from the catcher. And here comes the coach for Great Bend to come out to talk to him, Roger Ward. As he comes out to talk to Zach Curry. And pitcher just now getting warmed up, so this may be just a little delayed tactic. And I believe it's number 26. But now Roger Ward looks out to the right field side where Great Bend is at, checking on his pitcher. 26 for Great Bend is Jacob Ince. So we'll see if he comes in. The new batter now is Jesse Jenner, as Krug now is on at first base, Seidel at second, and Salinas at third. And all three have reached on base on balls here in the top half of the fifth inning. So bases loaded with 2 down and no score. 2-0 now the count to Jesse Jenner. as Zach Curry is just having a time here. Not even come close to that one. Also high, almost hits Jesse Jenner. So 3-0 now the count. And if he walks him, I'm sure that Coach Roger Ward will probably say that's enough. And there is ball 4. And 4 pitches, Jenner will go to first base, and a run scores now as Tristan Salina comes in from third base. Moving over to third base will be Seidel. Krug goes to second, and Jenner to first. 4 walks here in the inning. We'll bring up the designated hitter, number 33, Brady Jocelyn. That one, ball 1. And Coach Roger Ward takes about 1 or 2 steps out of the dugout to the catcher Bloomer does go out to talk to Curry. And Curry keeps wiping his hands on his pants like he just can't seem to find the right grip. And I wouldn't doubt it because the humidity is awful high here in Wichita. It is 72% humidity. So there's ball 2 to Jocelyn. Once again, Jenner at first, Krug at second, Seidel at third. And there is called strike 1, and everybody gives Zach Curry a round of applause. I don't think they were saying that for the umpire. That one missing outside for ball 3. So 3-1 the count. That was swing and a miss there by Brady Jocelyn. So the count goes full now at 3-2. With bases loaded and 2 down, the runners will be taken off on the pitch. And here they go. Here's the pitch. That one missing for ball 4. So the second run walked in on a base on balls, as that is the 5th base on balls given up this inning. And that is going to be it for Zach Curry. And I'll give you his final numbers here in just a second. I'm going to take a small break, and I'll be right back. Well, we welcome you back. Pitching for Great Bend now is number 26, Jacob Entz, a left-handed thrower from Wichita, Kansas. He's a 5'10", 175-pounder from Barton Community College. Left-handed thrower. He will face the catcher, number 13, Luke Arias. Once again, the bases are full. Jocelyn at first, Jenner at second, Krug at third. As 2 runs have scored here in the top half of the 5th, and both of them walked in by Zach Curry. I'll give you Curry's final numbers. He went 4 2/3, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 5 base on balls, and 4 strikeouts as he faced 23 batters. There's a swing and a miss there by Arias. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. But the base runners on will be credited to Curry if they do score. So 1 ball, 2 strike with 2 down. As Jacob Entz has come in relief. There's a breaking ball missing for ball 2, the count 2-2. And once again, our radar gun is not inoperable, so I cannot give you a speed in case you are wondering. If somebody wouldn't mind putting that on the website, that way they know. It's not that I don't want to give it to you, it's just not up and running. That one fouled off, so the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And I said that Curry gave up 5 base on balls. Well, all those base on balls were given up here in this 5th inning as he just lost it all. There's a ball lifted into center field. Center fielder looks like he's going to make the catch. That's Freeman for out number 3. So at the end of 4.5, it is the San Diego Stars 2 and the Great Bend Batcats 0. You're listening to NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcitykas.com. We'll be right back.
From the sea, come to you. I heard the laughing. Come from the sea, come to you. I'm someone like you. Na 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 na. I'm going to Wichita. I'm going to Wichita. I'm going to Wichita. And I'm going to Wichita.
Learn more at visitwichita.com.
And we welcome you back as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. The score 2-0 in favor of San Diego Stars over the Great Bend Batcats, as 2 runs were scored in the top half of the 5th on 5 walks. First pitch is called a strike to Cade Gonzalez, the batter, here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. That ball lifted into right field. Right fielder Seidel making the catch for out number 1. That will bring up the second baseman, number 8, Clay Lockett. So Clay Lockett now up at the plate with 1 down, and that missing inside. Jake Sargent in his 5th inning of work here. As he has gone 4 1/3 innings. He's given up 4 hits, 1 base on balls, and has 4 strikeouts. He has faced 18 batters so far. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Clay Lockett. And he has thrown 64 pitches. here in the ball game so far. 2-2. And once again, there's lightning up above us this time. As the wind has changed now from the east, it's coming from the north now. So apparently this weather is getting closer. That's call strike 3. And going down is Clay Lockett for out number 2. That will bring up the right fielder, number 14, Ryan Munson. The count to Munson so far. He has 2 hits as he had a triple in the first inning and had a single in the third inning, but was left stranded at third and at second, as Freeman had a base hit right behind him in the third. That one is fouled off to the left. The count is 1-1 now to Ryan Munson, who is 2 for 2 here tonight. Came in 7 for 29, batting .241 with 5 RBIs. As I said, that the wind had come from the north. Now the flag is straight down. Count goes to 2-2 to Ryan Munson. And here's Surgent's pitch. That one hit to the second base, but Salinas moves to his right, throws across, and he throws it into the ground. That's going to be an error on Salinas. And on safely will be Munson. As Salinas had plenty of time, he just kind of rushed it and threw it into the ground. And not able to come up with it was Jenner. It got away from him, but not very far. So Munson is on for his third time, this time on an error. And he'll bring up the center fielder, number 11, Dante Freeman. Freeman is from Sacramento, California, 6 foot, 195-pounder. From University of St. Mary. Count is 2 to Freeman, with the runner at first base and 2 down. Here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, the score 2-0 in favor of San Diego Stars. That one fouled off, so we'll reset at 2 strikes and 2 down. Here's Surgent's pitch. That hit to the right-hand side. And going to third base will be Munson, as he had taken off on the pitch. And he'll be standing at third base. So now Great Bend has something going with 2 down here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, as Dante Freeman records his second hit of the ball game, his second single in a row. That will bring up the first baseman, number 3, Dawson Pomeroy. And here comes coach for San Diego. There is somebody warming up out in the left bullpen. Well, actually, I thought he was done warming up, but it looks like he's just now getting ready to get set to start warming up. When coach went out there, I thought he was coming in. Okay, no balls, no strikes as the first pitch coming to Pomeroy. And that one hit into left field. That left fielder making a good catch as he had to go a long ways. That was Culp to make the third out. So at the end of 5 innings of play, it is the Stars 2 and the Batcats 0. And you're listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back. And we welcome you back. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer for tonight's ball game. As we go to the top half of the sixth inning, the score is the San Diego Stars 2 and the Great Bend Batcats 0. Leading off for the Stars is Ryan Cope. Gonzalez with a nice scoop at second base goes to first for out number 1. So a 6-3 put out for the first out. Gonzalez at shortstop. That will bring up the shortstop, number 36, Mario Morales. Morales is 0 for 2 here in the ball game as he grounded down to the third baseman and flew out to the shortstop in the fifth inning. First pitch is called strike one. Jacob Ince now the pitcher as he came in last inning, missing for ball one. And once again, our radar gun is not operable, so I'm not able to give you a speed on the pitches. That one missing for ball two, so 2-1 now the count. And here's the pitch. Missing outside for ball three. So all of a sudden Jacob Ince has fallen behind. And here's the pitch. That's ball four by Ince. So Morales will be on at first base. And that will bring up the second baseman, number 3, Tristan Salinas. And there is somebody warming up out in the Great Bend bullpen. Looks like it's number 19 warming up. Carson Bell, so we'll keep an eye out on it. Count is 1 ball, no strikes to Salinas. Morales on at first with the 1 out. That one missing outside for ball two. And here's Ant's pitch. That one hit to the third baseman. Crew goes to second base, and he does make the catch at second base. And I take that back. That is not. That was Riley at third base. Went to second base to Lockett, and Lockett does hang on to the ball. And the coach for the Stars comes out to question that call at second base. But it is a force out, so it is a 5-4 put out. Riley to Lockett for the second out. And Tristan Salinas will be on with the fielder's choice. And there's more lightning there. That brings up the center fielder, number 1, Kyle Pineda. Once again, we do ask you to please check our website for the game updates due to the fact that we are supposed to have rain starting tonight or early in the morning. But it looks like it's coming a lot quicker, to be honest with you. shows at 5 o'clock in the morning. It starts at 50% there. And it goes like that till tomorrow's game at 1 o'clock, showing 60%. And goes clear till 7 o'clock where it's going to show 80%. And I go clear to 10 o'clock and it goes to 70% tomorrow night. So not sure how much ball game we'll get in tomorrow, but we'll see. This is artificial turf here, and they do have a good drainage system. But of course, we can't play in lightning. So you'll just have to keep checking the website and our Facebook website for updates. I'm supposed to be PA in the first two games, and there's a lightning directly east of us. That one looked like it was a ways away, but it was pretty strong. Lightning. This ball is fouled off by Pineda as Salinas goes back to first base. The count is full now to Pineda. Missing all the action on Pineda here by me telling you about the weather. But I just want you to be aware in case we're not playing ball tomorrow at 1 o'clock. There is ball 4, and he thought he checked his swing, and he did. Umpire at first base says no, he did not go. I believe that's Mr. Harlow. So now coming up to the plate will be the right fielder, number 19, Dallas Seidel. So Pineda's on at first with a base on balls. That will bring Salinas to second. Or take Salinas to second, I should say. My English teacher would be very upset with me. Count is 1 ball, no strikes to Seidel. As we have 2 down here in the top half of the 6th inning. 2-0 is the score in favor of the Stars. That ball hit to Gonzalez. And not going to be, got him at second. Wow, what a play there by Lockett as Gonzalez picked up the ball at shortstop, threw to second base. Lockett hadn't even broke yet to second base. And somehow the ball ended up at second base at the same time Lockett did for the first out. And that's out number 3. And you're listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcitykansas.com. We'll be right back.
Neck pain, back pain, all kinds of sprains. If your knee replacement aches when it starts to rain, at Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat that. At Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat that. Concussions, arthritis, carpal tunnel, tooth, fibromyalgia, Parkinson's, we've got the treatment for you. At Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat that. At Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat that. One-on-one sessions with a personal touch. Ask our thousands of patients why they love us so much. At Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat that. At Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat that.
And we welcome you back as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. The score is the San Diego, California Stars 2 and the Great Bend, Kansas Batcats 0. And now we're going to have a new pitcher for San Diego. Looks like it's going to be number 21, Bailey Robertson. Robertson coming in to pitch for the Stars. Here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. First batter he'll be facing will be the left fielder, number 6, Brady Mitchell. And I'll give you the final numbers for Sargent. As he went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, no runs, no earned runs, 1 base on balls, had 5 strikeouts, and faced 22 batters. The first pitch by Robinson is ball 1. And here's the second one. Swing and a miss there by Brady Mitchell. So the count will go to 1 ball, 1 strike. And once again, those of you that are wondering about the speed of the pitches, our radar gun is not operable at this time, so we cannot give you a reading. Two and one now, the count to Brady Mitchell. Brady Mitchell looking for his first hit of this ball game. He is 6 for 26 in the World Series as he has 1 home run and 9 RBIs. 3 and 1 now as Robertson falls behind. Left-handed pitcher fouled off by Mitchell. Robertson from Alpine, California, 6'1", 180-pounder, where he is uncommitted. Here's the pitch. That one fouled off by Mitchell. It's going to be out of play. So that would take the count now to full at 3 and 2. Three balls, 2 strikes, and here's Robertson's pitch. That one missing inside for ball 4. So on is Brady Mitchell on a walk. We'll bring up the catcher, number 10, Chandler Bloomer. Once again, we're in the bottom half of the 6th. The score 2-0 in favor of the Stars. And both those runners were walked in as there was 5 walks given up in the top half of the 5th inning. Here's Robertson's pitch, a breaking ball missing for ball 1. That one in there for a strike, so that will even up the count now at 1 ball, 1 strike. Robertson has long blonde hair that goes down past his shoulders. And here's the pitch. That swing and a miss, and there goes the bat, and the first base coach now retrieving it as he first ducked out of the way. Boy, we've had a lot of bats that have just flown out of the kids' hands, and apparently it's just because of the humidity. Let me see if I can give you exactly what that humidity is as of right now. I think it's 72%. So I know when I'm out there on the golf course and the humidity's high, it's awful tough to hang on to that club. I do, but it just makes it awful tough. Thought that Mitchell was going to be picked off as Robertson went to first base. Jenner never did throw to the shortstop covering. So on at second base on a stolen base is Brady Mitchell. As Great Bend has a runner in scoring position with no outs here in the bottom half 6th inning as they are down 2-0 to San Diego Stars. Once again, the winner of this game will move on. The loser will be out of the 85th National Baseball Congress World Series, powered by West Star Energy. There's a ball hit to the right-hand side is foul. But the winner will move on and play at 3:30 tomorrow afternoon against the Fairbanks, Alaska Gold Panthers. This is the last bracket to be filled out for our final 8 in the World Series. That ball hits to the right side. Salinas moves up, makes the play to Jenner for out number 1. On that play, Mitchell goes to third base. So Bloomer did exactly what he needed to do, was hit the ball to the right side, a 4-3 putout, and that will bring up the third baseman, number 15, Nolan Riley. Riley has struck out his first time and had reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th inning. 1 ball, no strikes now to Riley. As Brady Mitchell is on at third base with 1 down. Here's the pitch. A breaking ball missing inside for ball 2. Breaking ball again in there for call strike 1. Infield is slightly in. They're not back like they normally would be. Third baseman's on the grass here, so is the first baseman. And here's the pitch. Ball hit up the middle. Shortstop makes a catch that hit the ground first, hit the turf as it bounced up and thought it was going to go over his head, but he jumps up and goes to first base for the out, but a run does score from third base. So Nolan Riley does his job as he puts the ball in play and scores a run. A 6-3 put out for the second out, and it will bring up the designated hitter, number 34, Chase Gibson. So the score now, the San Diego Stars 2 and the Great Bend Batcats 1. First pitch is ball 1 to Chase Gibson. That one in there for a strike. But that would take the count now to 1 ball, 1 strike. There for a second, I thought that ball was going to get over his head, but shortstop Morales did a good job of jumping up and making that stop and then going to first base for the second out. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Gibson. Hard hit ball on the left side. That's foul. As Gibson really turned on that one. But hits it foul. And here's the pitch. Ball fouled off by Gibson. So the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Look at the radar, and it's just lightning all over Wichita. There's a swing and a miss for the third out. At the end of 6 innings of play, the San Diego Stars 2 and the Great Bend Batcats 1. And you're listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back.
The Kansas Humane Society is a community resource for pets and people, dedicated to enhancing the welfare of all companion animals. We offer an array of services that promote the human and animal bond, including pet adoption, dog training, behavior consultation, pet supplies, outreach, spay and neuter, end-of-life services, field trips, and community outreach.
And we welcome you back as we go to the top half of the 7th inning. The score, the San Diego Stars 2 and the Great Bend Batcats 1. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer. We hope you're enjoying the call. Here's the pitch to Joey Krug. And Jacob Ince is the pitcher as he starts his second inning of work. He's gone 1 1/3 innings so far. This one is fouled off. So the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Joey Krug. And here's the pitch. The ball hit to the right-hand side. That is caught there by the right fielder. What a great catch there by Munson. Wasn't sure if the umpire was going to say that it was a base hit or not, but a sliding catch there by Ryan Munson to make the first out. That will bring up the first baseman, number 2, Jesse Jenner. So in the books, it'll just show like an F9, but what a spectacular catch there by Munson as he had to come in hard and slid on his rear end to make that catch. Count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike to Jesse Jenner, first baseman for the Stars. He is 1 for 2 here tonight as he grounded out to the third baseman, got a base hit. That was in the second inning. In the fourth inning, he got a base hit to was left stranded at second base, and then he reached on a base on balls in that fifth inning where there was 5 base on balls. That one fouled off to the left side. The count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one, ball hit to the third baseman back up Riley, and that ball thrown across was not going to be in time. I'm thinking that may be a base hit, but not really sure yet because that throw was down, and it's going to be an error 5. Okay. That throw was bad by Riley. So an error. Jesse Jenner reaches on an error to the third baseman. Brings up the designated hitter, number 33, Brady Jocelyn. That one missing inside for ball 2 to Jocelyn. It's Jacob Ince trying to get out of this inning with a runner at first base and 1 down. That one calls strike 1. That one fouled off to the left-hand side, third base side, that is. So that would even up the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jesse Jenner at first base. And here's the pitch. Fouled off there by Jocelyn. So the count stays at 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's been a good ball game so far. And so far the count for San Diego is 2 runs on 3 hits and 1 error. And the count for Great Bend is 1 run on 5 hits and no errors. There's the pitch, and that is ball 3. That will count. Will go full now at 3-2. As San Diego scored 2 runs in the 5th inning on 5 walks, I should say, in that inning. And the score was 2-0 until the bottom half of the 6th inning when Great Bend scored 1 run to make it 2-1. And that's where we stand. Fouled off by Jocelyn, so the count stays full at 3-2. Jenner at first base with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Missing outside for ball 4, so Jocelyn will be making his way to first base. Over to second will be Jenner. And that'll bring up the catcher, number 13, Luke Arias. So Arias is up with runners at first and second, and one down here in the top half of the 7th inning. Here's Ince's pitch in there for strike one. Ball lifted into center field. Center fielder Freeman backing up, camping under it, making the catch for out number 2, and a hard throw there to second base. And just getting back safely is Jenner. What a toss there by Freeman, because he looked like he was just going to toss it in. Then all of a sudden he fired to second base. Second baseman Lockett was on the bag, ready to take that throw, and Jenner just barely beat that one back. So an F8 is the play for out number 2. And that will bring up the left fielder number 20, Ryan Culp. I believe we have a pinch hitter. Let me check and see. Yeah, we do. Let me check and see who that is. Looks like it's number 17 coming in. For the San Diego Stars is Cabot Van Til. So Cabot Van Til now pinch hitting for Ryan Culp. 17-4-20. And somehow Van Til gets on base. I'll have to see what it was because I was writing his name down when that action happened. It looks like a base hit by Van Til. And Jenner goes to third base. Jocelyn over to second. And that will bring up the shortstop number 36, Mario Morales. First pitch to Morales is ball one. Says it was a single back to the pitcher, so it is a base hit. Bases are full with 2 down here for the Stars. That ball hit to the right-hand side. Lockett comes in, goes over to first for out number 3. So no damage done. At the end of 6 1/2, it is the Stars 2 and the Batcats 1. And you're listening to NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back.
Man, this is serious business. You got to have an appetite for this kind of thing. You got to have a hunger to succeed.
Side effects may include hilarity, laughter, smiles, childlike behavior, lots of good feelings, and making of a lifelong friend.
Mentoring. It's easier than you think and serious fun. Change the game.
And we welcome you back as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Up for Great Bend will be the shortstop, number 2, Cade Gonzalez. The score is 2-1 in favor of San Diego Stars. They are the visitors here tonight. And Robertson in on his second inning of work. And here's the pitch. That one breaking in there for call strike one to Cade Gonzalez, the shortstop. As Gonzalez is 0 for 2 here tonight. He hit one to third base, and the pitcher was covering for out number one, and then flew one out to right field for his second time. That one a check swing there by Gonzalez, and they check with first base umpire, says no. The count, it goes down to 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here's the pitch. Ball hit to the left side. Shortstop Morales comes in, has to fire. Not going to be in time as Gonzalez records his first hit of the ball game. Great hustle there by Gonzalez to run that one out as Morales had come in and really charged it and threw across his body, but just not in time. By half a step it looked like. So it was a base hit by Gonzalez to start off the bottom half of the 7th inning. That will bring up the second baseman, number 8, Clay Lockett. Lockett looked to lay down a bunt, but pulled back, and the count goes to 1 ball, no strike. And there is some action in the Stars bullpen. Try to see who that is. And looks like they got Gonzalez picked off at first base, as the first baseman, Jenner, went down to the ground and made the tag. And Robertson throws out Gonzalez at first base. What a big out. So 1-3 on the put out for the first out. And lock it up there with the 1 ball, no strike. There's a breaking ball just missing inside. So that takes the count to 2 balls and no strike. Wow, that is a big, big out there in the bottom half of the 7th inning. With the score 2-1. Because if Lockett could have laid down a bunt, that would have moved Gonzalez in scoring position to tie the ball game up. Call strike 1 against Lockett as the count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. That one breaking, just missing. So the count will go, actually that's ball 4. I knew that. So now going to first base is Lockett. Now how big is that put out now at first base? That would bring up Ryan Monson. Monson has the hot bat here tonight, 2 for 3 with a a triple and a single. And he reached on an error to the second baseman last time up. So he's been up 3 times, been on base 3 times, was left stranded at third base in the first and left stranded at second base in the 3rd and in the 5th inning. 1 ball, no strikes to Ryan Monson, who's playing right field here this evening for Great Bend. There's another throw over to first base. And this time the Lockett kind of questions the umpire about whether that was a legal pickoff move. You can see him talking to him. That one, a breaking ball in there for strike. And I wish I could give you the speed on that, but like I say, our radar is not working. So that was probably one of the slowest balls I've seen thrown in this tournament. That one missing for ball 2, so the count is 2 balls, 1 strike. Ryan Monson up there. And we have 1 down here in the bottom of 7th. Oh, breaking, there's another flying bat. And first base coach moves out of the way again as Ryan Monson swung at that. and the bat just goes flying. So they give him some pine tar, something to try to be able to hang on to the bat. Boy, I remember back in our days, we would just spit in our hands and just rub them together, and that would be how we made sure that we hung on to the bat. So the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That ball lifted into center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit in front of Pineda. Pineda gets it in quickly. So stopping at second base is Lockett. And Monson records his 3rd hit of the ball game, as he's got a triple and 2 singles here in the ball game. That will bring up the center fielder, number 11, Dante Freeman. And a good job by Monson, as it keeps the rally going here for the Great Bend Batcats. And Gonzalez getting picked off at first base. Hope that doesn't come back to haunt Great Bend, or they hope anyway. Because right now the bases would be loaded and possibly a run scored that last play. Here's the pitch. That almost hits Freeman as he turns his back. The count is 2 balls and no strikes. So Robertson really struggling here in this inning, as he has given up 2 base hits, but a pickoff at first base has kind of saved him. 2-1 now the count to Freeman. Freeman has 2 hits the last 2 times up. That one breaking in there for ball 3. So 3-1 now the count. It is raining here in Wichita. Just now start raining. Yes. Count is full now at 3-2, and it's coming down pretty good. I noticed that there's still some fans down below, but it has started coming down rain, and it's a lot earlier than the 3 o'clock, unless it's already 3 o'clock and I just don't know it, since I've been here all day. And that is ball 4. Oh, it calls him out at first base. Not sure exactly what. Oh, he's saying that he stuck his left arm out, so he's calling him out at first base, at home plate. So it is a dead ball. Lockett will remain at second. Monson will remain at first, and now we have 2 down. That will bring up the first baseman, number 3, Dawson Pomeroy. And you could tell Freeman was not happy. Like I say, we got rain coming down here at the NBC World Series, powered by Westar Energy. First pitch is in there for a strike. So we do have some brave souls that are still down in the stands. The rest of them have gone underneath the awning area that we have here at Eck Stadium. Very nice stadium here on the campus of Wichita State University. A lot of, somebody just got kicked out. I'm not exactly sure who it was, but somebody was yapping on Great Bend's side. I know when Freeman got out there, coach had to pull him to the side and said, "Don't say nothing." And somebody has just now got kicked out. It is Freeman that just got kicked out of the ball game, as he's very, very frustrated. You can see he started pulling his shirt off and walking down into the dugout. So we're going to be having a new center fielder that may be big here in this ball game. I noticed when they called Freeman out at first base, he must have said a couple things because the first base umpire, Ben Harlow, he kind of was listening but didn't make any motions of any kind. And the first base coach right away got Freeman and kind of moved him towards the dugout. And apparently it wasn't over for Freeman because home plate umpire has removed Freeman from the ball game now. Once again, Pomeroy is the batter. And the rain's still coming down pretty heavy here. This is artificial turf here at X Stadium. So it'll take quite a bit of rain to cancel it. The only thing that will cancel it, delayed I should say, is lightning. And we don't have any of that here at this time. Temperature has dropped here in Wichita. Now it's 78 degrees. And now the rain is showing starting at 1 o'clock instead of 5 o'clock. So I would say that the way it's coming down now, and like I said, I have no idea what time it is. Let's see here. Well, it is 12:30 or 12:25, close to it. All right, we're ready to resume play. Like I say, Freeman has been tossed out here. So Dawson Pomeroy with a count of 1 ball, 1 strike to him. Runners at first and second. And there goes Lockett to third base, and no throw as both runners advance. Lockett will be at third, and Monson will be at second. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike. And we have 2 down here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. The score 2-1 in favor of the San Diego Stars. That one missed. Call strike as it hits the inside corner. So that will even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The rain's kind of calmed down just a little bit. It's still raining. That one missing inside for ball 3. So the count goes full now at 3-2. You can see it coming off the first base dugout. And here's the pitch. Swing or fouled off there by Pomeroy. Good job of staying tight there. He's protecting the plate with 2 strikes. Full count once again. Here's the delivery. Check swing. It looks like he did go. So that is the 3rd out here in the 7th inning. And the score is 2-1 in favor of the Stars. You're listening to NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back.
I'm Terry Bradshaw. Like many of you, I took the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge back in 2014. My man Pat Quinn here, well, he's one of the founders.
Thanks to all of you who took the challenge.
ALS is a nasty disease with no cure. It robs a person of their ability to walk, talk, and breathe. Since the Ice Bucket Challenge, we've discovered new ALS genes and potential treatments. If we can cure ALS, we can cure anything. Please join me and Pat in the fight against ALS.
And we welcome you back here for the 85th National Baseball Congress World Series, powered by Westar Energy. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer, as we go to the top half of the 8th inning. The score, the San Diego Stars 2 and the Great Bend Batcats 1. And looks like Jacob Ince is back to throw for the Batcats. It looks like it is just missing now here in the ballpark. Due up for San Diego will be the second baseman, number 3, Tristan Salinas. Once again, we should have a new center fielder as for Great Bend, as Dante Freeman has been ejected. Looks like it's number 13. Coming in to play center field for Great Bend. That would be Chandler Kelly. Now playing center field. Let me make that change real quick. All right, we're back, and the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Tristan Salinas, who's playing second base for the San Diego Stars. Ince has gone 2 1/3 innings, has given up 1 hit, 3 base on balls as he's faced 12 batters. Here in the top half of the 8th inning. Not exactly sure what's going on now, but the first base, Pomeroy, and the umpire are discussing something, and now the head coach for Great Bend, Roger Ward, comes out, and now they're having a little discussion. And I'm thinking Pomeroy might have got tossed out now, as Pomeroy is heading to the dugout. So we'll see what's going on here in just a second. Let's see if we get a new first baseman or not. And Coach Roger Ward is really letting the first base umpire have it. And now he's going after the home plate umpire about maybe he's just letting him know. Yeah, he is. He's just letting him know who he's going to be bringing in as he looks around to the bullpen area. Then he looks back into the dugout. So it looks like Pomeroy has been tossed from the game, and he has gotten his stuff, and it is walking out. So all we're waiting on now is just deciding who's going to be playing first base here. As Lockett is standing along the first base side, but I believe it's going to be number. Well, I'm not going to speculate here. Looks like number 39 will be going to play outfield, and then one of the outfielders coming in to play first base. But Okay, number 39 is going to be playing right field now for Great Bend. Let me see who that is. That would be Jarrett Seaton from Omaha, Nebraska, will be playing right field. And now moving over to first base. Looks like it's going to be the left fielder, Brady Mitchell, will be now playing first base. So that means we got to have a new left fielder. Munson will now be moving over to left field. So we're ready to go. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes, and that one popped up into the infield. Riley getting near the dugout and makes the catch for out number 1. So after that delay, we have 1 down. That will bring up the center fielder number 1, Kyle Pineda. And I'm sure that toss there in this inning had to do something with the play that happened before. As Freeman was ejected the inning before, and now Pomeroy here in the top half of the 8th inning. I do have to say one thing, and that is I think that the umpires have done a really outstanding job here in the World Series. Have not really seen any complaints. Ball hit to the shortstop, Gonzalez. Gonzalez goes to first, and that's a drop ball there by Mitchell. And, well, there goes one of the reasons why you should always keep your cool. There's an error on the first baseman as Mitchell drops the ball. So Pineda will be on at first. Brings up the right fielder, number 19, Dallas Seidel. As we have 1 out here in the top half of the 8th inning. I'm not sure how much first base that Mitchell has played, but he's been put in a tough situation here, being asked to go play it when he's normally a left fielder. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on base. Scored 2-1 in favor of the Stars. Here's the pitch in there for strike 2. So that takes the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Not exactly sure what happened to the radar gun, but it came on for an inning or 2, and then after that, there's a hard hit ball to the right side. Mitchell not able to get to it at first base, and Seaton, who is playing right field now, throws it in. So we'll have runners at first and second as Pineda is now at second base, and a base hit by Seidel. First hit of the ball game, and here comes head coach Roger Ward to, looks like there's going to be a pitching change. And there is, so we're going to take a small break and we'll be right back. You're listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. Once again, we'll be right back after this pitching change. And we welcome you back. And now pitching for Great Bend will be number 19, Carson Bell. Bell now pitching for the Batcats. Now batting will be the third baseman, number 11, Joey Krug. Runners at first and second with one out. First pitch by Bell is called strike one. And we'll give you the final numbers on Ince. He went 2 2/3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 3 base on balls, and as he faced 15 batters. A hard hit ball into left field. That's going to be caught by a left fielder, Munson, as he makes out number 2. A hard hit ball there by Joey Krug, but nice play there by Munson for the second out. That will bring up the first baseman, number 2, Jesse Jenner. 2-1 is the score in favor of San Diego Stars, but they do have runners at first and second with 2 down. Count goes to 1 ball, no strikes, and Carson Bell is from Crawford, Texas, a 6-foot, 210-pounder from Cisco College. So those of you from Crawford, Texas, you know somebody in the World Series. How about that? 2-0 now the count to Jenner. And here's the pitch. That one missing for ball 3. So 3-0 now the count, as there is 2 down here in the top half of the 8th inning. Called strike 1 to Jenner. This is now 12:40 a.m. and it's 78 degrees with a humidity of 75%. And we do have a 50% chance of rain. That is ball 4 to Jenner, as he will move to first base and load up the bases. As Slidell moves to second, and Pineda will move to third base, as we have 2 down. That will bring up the designated hitter number 33, Brady Jocelyn. Pitch just, great job there by Bloomer. That was a fastball, and no radar gun, so I can't tell you how fast it was, but that almost got by Bloomer. He was able to get a glove on it. Coming in from third base, about third of the way, was Pineda trying to get the attention of Bell. Count goes to 2 balls, no strikes. And here's the pitch. Missing high for ball 3. So 3-0 the count once again. Pineda trying to just distract their Bell as he gets on his delivery and he comes in. There's called strike 1. So the count now is 3-1. Bases are full with 2 down here in the top half of the 8th inning. And stepping off is Carson Bell. So he goes to the back of the mound to clean off his cleats. It has stopped raining here in Wichita. That one in there for strike 2. So that will take the count to full now at 3-2. With 2 down and the bases full, the runners will be taken off on the pitch. And here it is. That one missing for ball 4. So all 3 runs that the San Diego Stars have scored have been on walks. As Pineda comes in from third base, Seidel moves to second, and to third base. Jenner to second, and Jocelyn will be on at first base with a walk. And it'll bring up the catcher number 13, Luke Arias. So far, the line reads 3 runs on 5 hits, 1 error for San Diego. And for Great Bend, 1 run on 7 hits and 1 error. Now the catcher, Bloomer, calls timeout, and here comes Roger Ward one more time. And he's looking to the right field, so it looks like we're going to get a new pitcher. It's going to be number 7 this time coming in. Once again, this is a do or die game for both teams as we are in bracket championship week single elimination bracket. So this game means everything. You win and go on, or you lose and go home. And once again, the new pitcher, number 7 for Great Bend, and his name is Tanner Howe, right-handed thrower from Overland Park, Kansas. He's a 5'11", 170-pounder from Barton Community College. So he will be coming in to pitch now for Great Bend. So Tanner Howe coming in. And I'll give you the final numbers on Carson Bell. As Bell went 1/3 of an inning, gave up 2 walks as he faced 3 batters. Tanner Howe now. He has appeared in 2 games, started 1, has pitched 8 innings, gave up 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 3 base on balls, and had recorded 4 strikeouts. And he is 2-0 here in the World Series as he has a 2.25 ERA. So he will be coming in on relief. And the bases are loaded. As 1 run has scored here in the top half of the 8th inning to make it 3-1. Here's the pitch. That one is fouled off by Arias. So the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Base is full with 2 down. And here's Hal's pitch. That one missing outside, so count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one also outside for ball 3. So now we have another full count with the bases loaded and 2 outs. The runners will be taken off one more time. And here's Hal's pitch. Ball fouled off to the left side. So all base runners will head back to their bases. And once again, they'll be taken off on this pitch. Ball hit into center field. Center fielder will be coming in. Now backing up, he does. That's Kelly making the catch for out number 3. So at the end of 7.5, it is the Stars 3 and the Batcats 1. And you're listening to NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back as we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer, and we're going to have a new pitcher now for San Diego. It will be number 5, Noah Quintana, a left-handed thrower from Santee, California. He's a 5'10", 220-pounder from San Diego Christian. So he is now in on relief. His first batter he'll be facing will be first baseman number 6, Brady Mitchell. Mitchell is 0 for 2 here in the ball game and 6 for 26 in the World Series. There's the ball lifted into short center field. Second baseman backing up. Salinas looks like he's going to make the play for out number 1. Pineda had come in and looked like he was going to make the play, but hustling back was Salinas and called him off and made the play for out number 1. So an F4 is the put out. I will bring up the catcher number 10, Chandler Bloomer. Bloomer is 1 for 2 here tonight. So he got a double in the second inning, was left stranded there. Had a base on balls in the fourth inning and was out on a forced out, 6-4. Ball lifted into the foul territory. That's going to be out of play. That's in the bullpen area for the Stars. And then he grounded out to the second baseman in the sixth inning. The score is 3-1 in favor of San Diego Stars, and all 3 runs were walked in. And here's the pitch. That one in missing for ball. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Chandler Bloomer. That one missing for ball 3. So Quintana falls behind of Bloomer as the count is 3-1. That one lifted into left field. Left fielder coming in. That's Clark making the catch. As now playing left field is number 30, Clark, for San Diego. That's Leo Clark. So we have 2 down now, and batting is third baseman number 15, Nolan Riley. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and that is missing for ball 1. Count will even up now at 1 ball, 1 strike. Some of the fans have decided to go back down in the lower section since the rain has stopped here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Ball lifted into right field. Right fielder Van Til moving closer to the line, making the catch for out number 3. So at the end of 8 innings of play, it is the San Diego Stars 3 and the Great Bend Batcats 1. And you're listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back.
Lawn Buddy, everybody, best buddy, cuddle buddy, Lawn Buddy, push button, get lawn care. Lawn Buddy, sports buddy, coffee buddy, golf buddy, Lawn Buddy, mow your lawn from anywhere. Download Lawn Buddy from the crack of dawn, buddy. Mow your lawn for cheap and they can do it while you sleep. Trimming, edging, doggy doo-doo, they do that too. Lawn Buddy, hey, download the app today.
And we welcome you back as we go to the top half of the ninth inning. The score is 3-1 in favor of San Diego Stars. Now we got the grounds crew out there doing a little bit of work on the mound as we have had some rain here. And a great job there by our ground crew. Once again, the only dirt area that there is the pitcher's mound. But they still do a fine job in between innings to come out and get it prepared for the next game. And with the rain coming the way it has here for the last couple of innings, it was just a steady rain. They had to go out, and there's some lightning just directly north of us. Like I say, it's showing at 1 o'clock. We've got about a 30% chance of it starting to rain. So I'm talking about heavy rain. So let me look at the radar here, see what we got. Once again, we're in the top half of the ninth. Leading off will be the right fielder, 17, Cabot Van Til. And here's the pitch. Tanner Howe back out there for the Batcats. His first pitch was strike one. That one lifted into right field. That's going to be in for a base hit. And that may be extra bases as the right fielder, Seaton, the ball gets by him. And Van Til will be on with a triple, or we'll see how they score that actually, because it did get by the right fielder. And it looks like there is going to be an error on the play, I would think anyway. I'm not an official scorer, but I have seen plenty of ball games. So, yes, it is a double and an error by the right fielder. So Van Til is now at third base. I thought for sure that would be at least extra bases as fast as Van Til was running, and the right fielder had not gotten to the ball yet. Now it goes to 1 ball, 1 strike now, because Mario Morales now the batter. Here at the top half of the ninth inning. Abbott Van Til, the infield is in to try to prevent another run scoring. A swing and a miss there by Morales as that count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Once again, that infield not quite to the grass area, but pretty much so. There's another swing and a miss there by Morales as he goes down for out number 1. Big pitch there by Tanner Howe and a big out. But the infield will stay in. That will bring up the second baseman, number 3, Tristan Salazar. Here's the pitch by Howe. That one missing for ball 1. 3-1 the score in favor of San Diego Stars. And we are in the top half of the ninth inning. That one in for a strike, so the count will even up at 1 ball, 1 strike. And once again, I want to warn you that please look at the website for tomorrow, as our first game is scheduled for 1 o'clock. I'll go ahead and go through that real quick. Lone Star Baseball Club from Texas will be facing the Kansas Cannons at 1 o'clock. That one missing for ball. So the count goes to 3 balls, 1 strike now to Tristan Salinas. And then in our second game at 3:30, it will feature the Fairbanks, Alaska Go Panthers versus the winner of this game. There's a base hit into left field as Salinas gets a base hit and a run scores from third as Van Til comes in to score now to makes the score 4-1 in favor of the San Diego Stars. So a big hit there by Salinas as he records his first hit of the ball game. Now batting will be the center fielder, number 1, Kyle Pineda. And sliding over to second base. I say sliding literally because he started that slide well before second base and went past it, but was able to keep his fingertips on second base safely. So he gets credit with a stolen base. Once again, this turf gets awful slick whenever it's wet. There's the pitch missing for ball one, so the count will go to 1-1 to Pineda. Our 3:30 game will be Fairbanks, Alaska versus the winner of this game between Great Bend and the San Diego Stars. That's what time they'll play tomorrow. And then our feature game at 7 o'clock. There's a swing and a miss there by Pineda. Our feature game will be the Cheney, Kansas Diamond Dogs versus the Derby, Kansas Twins in our feature game. And then the 9:30 game tomorrow night. The Santa Barbara, California Forsters, the defending champions, will face off against the Seattle, Washington Studs. So that's our action tomorrow. But like I say, please check the website at NBC World Series. Ball hit up the middle. That is stopped by Lockett at second. And the ball thrown to third base. It's going to be thrown away as it goes into the dugout. And scoring from third base will be Salinas. As Lockett thought he might be able to get the third baseman, or correction, the Salinas at third base as he had rounded third. But Lockett threw that one away. So that will be an error on the second baseman. And Pineda goes to second on the play. He reached on a fielder's choice, or base hit. I'm sorry. I said fielder's choice, but I meant base hit and error 4 as where he ends up at second base. So now up is the right fielder, number 19, Dallas Seidel. Count is no balls, 1 strike. So another run has scored. Score now 5-1 in favor of San Diego. That one in there for strike 2. And for those of you wanting to know the speed of the ball, we apologize, but that radar gun has not come back. That one lifted into the right-hand side. Second baseman Lockett getting under it, making the catch for out number 2. That will bring up the third baseman, number 11, Joey Krug. With 2 down and a runner on at second base. 5-1 is the score in favor of the Stars. Here, the top half of the 9th inning. And just looking from the dugout on the first base side, I see no drops coming down. So, but it is light. It is still misting, it looks like. And there's some lightning getting closer, looks like. So it is now 1:04, and we're still in the 9th inning. Hard hit ball. That's going to be a base hit into left field by Krug. Coming around third base is Pineda, and he will score. The score now 6-1 in favor of the San Diego Stars, as they have scored 3 runs here in the top half of the 9th inning. A base hit there by Krug. And that will bring up the first baseman, number 2, Jesse Jenner. I'd like to thank her. There's a missing for ball 1. Our technician, Chris Worrell, who makes all these broadcasts possible that you fans can watch. He works behind the scenes and really does a fantastic job. Been doing it for years now, and really do appreciate his hard work to get these telecasts to you. He's the one that scrambles and gets the announcers to try to call these games for you. There's a swing and a miss as the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. And so far this tournament has gone fairly decent for his work. But tomorrow I have a feeling it's going to be something else for everybody here, all the grounds crews and the staff of the NBC, because like I say, we are supposed to have rain here tomorrow. So we're hoping to be playing ball. Like I say, the first game scheduled for 1 o'clock. And the big games, the feature game, the Cheney Diamond Dogs versus the Derby Twins, and then the 9:30 game is Santa Barbara Foresters, the defending champions, against the Seattle Washington Studs. And there's another base hit there by Jenners that goes out into left field. Stopping at second base is Krug. And that is the second base hit for Jenners. He is now 2 for 4. There we go. Just switched over. 5-1. Correction. 6-1, I'm sorry. They've scored 3 runs here in the top half of the 9th. That is the Stars. Ball 1 to Jocelyn. That one in there for strikes, so the count will go to 1 ball, 1 strike. Two and 1 now the count to Brady Jocelyn. That one fouled off by Jocelyn. So the count goes even now at 2 balls, 2 strikes. And I'm not going to fib to you tonight. I can't wait to hit that bed tonight. So we've called 4 games here today, 2 on the PA and 2 on live stream. And we'll do the same thing tomorrow. But for some reason tonight, just one of those nights that I can't wait to hit the bed. It's going to be just a little bit because we're still in the top half of the 9th inning. We have a timeout there by catcher Bloomer, as the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes, runners at first and second, and 2 down. Again, we hope you have enjoyed the broadcast. That broadcast brought to you by Chris Worrell and Park City. There's the third out. The score is 6-1 in favor of the Stars, and you're listening to the NBC World Series live stream presented by Park City, Kansas. Visit Park City's website at parkcityks.com. We'll be right back for the bottom half of the 9th.
What do you see? I'll tell you what I don't see. I don't see a dropout. I don't see laid off. I don't see hopeless. I see our future, bright and prosperous. What do you see?
And we welcome you back. This is Frank Martinez as we go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. The score is 6-1 in favor of the San Diego, California Stars over the Great Bend, Kansas Batcats. Noah Quintana will finish off this ninth inning, or start it off, I should say. Leading off for Great Bend, first batter will be the designated hitter, number 34, Chase Gibson. Gibson is 0 for 3 here in the ball game. He struck out twice and grounded down to the second baseman. First pitch is ball one. He is 2 for 17 here in the World Series. Does have 5 RBIs. One and one now the count to Chase Gibson. Once again, the winner of this game will be playing at 3:30 tomorrow afternoon versus the Fairbanks, Alaska Go Panthers. The Go Panthers were the number 1 seed in Pool C. The Santa Barbara, California Foresters were the number 1 seed in Pool B. And they will be facing the Seattle Washington Studs tomorrow at 9:30 tomorrow evening. Weather permitting, that is. That's what time they are scheduled for at this time. Lone Star Baseball Club was the number 1 seed in Pool D. They will be facing the Kansas Cannons at 1 o'clock. And then our feature game tomorrow at 7 o'clock will be the Cheney Kansas Diamond Dogs, who were the first seed in Pool A. They'll be facing the Derby Twins. That fly ball into center field for out number 1. As Pineda gets under it, makes the catch for the first out. And it'll bring up the shortstop, number 2, Cade Gonzalez. Fly ball to second baseman for out number 2 by Gonzalez. That would bring up the second baseman, number 8, Clay Lockett. As we have 2 down here in the bottom half of the 9th inning. The score 6-1 in favor of the San Diego Stars. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike. That one called strikes, so the count will now go to 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 9th. Trying to finish it up is Noah Quintana. That one fouled off by Lockett. It is almost 1:15 a.m. here in Wichita Central Time. Just like to tell you, don't forget to join us tomorrow. There's a swing and a miss there by Lockett, and that is the ball game. With the final score, the San Diego, California Stars 6 and the Great Bend, Kansas Batcats 1. So now the San Diego, California Stars will play tomorrow at 3:30, and that does eliminate the Great Bend Batcats. Congratulations on their fine season. But the Stars were all set for tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Lone Star Baseball Club versus the Kansas Cannons. At 3:30, the Fairbanks, Alaska Fairbanks versus the San Diego, California Stars. And our feature game tomorrow, the Cheney, Kansas Diamond Dogs at 7 o'clock versus the Derby Twins. And then our 9:30 game, the Santa Barbara, California Forces versus the Seattle Washington Studs. This is Frank Martinez on behalf of our technician, Chris Warrow. We're wishing you a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Weather permitting, please stay tuned for the websites to get updates in case of bad weather. Good night.